Yo champions! Thanks for tuning into this episode of Unleashing Potential, sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. They provide excellent service for you in the description below, so be sure to check that out and enjoy the episode. Yo champions! This video is going to talk about unleashing your potential. Learn to say no today. I have studied psychology for over a decade, have a master's and doctorate degree, won public speaking competitions, and prescribe medications for a living. This is the third video of the Unleashing Potential video series to help you succeed in life. This video will tell you why you need to start saying no to people and how to start saying no. My name's Ryan Long, and this is the Unleashing Potential channel. When I was younger, I used to have the hardest time saying no to people. People would ask me to do things for them even though I knew it wasn't beneficial for myself. I would still end up saying yes. This put me in situations that were bad for me and hurt me in the long run, as well as damage my self-esteem, because I felt like I was just a yo-yo that was used anytime other people wanted to use me. Fortunately, I learned with time that my needs took priority over others and learned how to say no to people. Since then, I have felt better about myself and trust in my abilities to not get taken advantage of by others. Now let's get into it. Some people might be wondering, why do I have to say no to people? Isn't it good to help others? Yes, it is good to help people, but the problem with always saying yes to people is that there are a lot of bad people in this world who will take advantage of you if you let them. Although you yourself may be a good person, if you can't say no to people, then bad people will end up making you do their work for them at the cost of your own health, time, and happiness. By saying no to others, your self-esteem will rise since you will feel like you are in more control of your time and life. Imagine you had a boss and you had to do whatever your boss told you to do at the spur of the moment. You would feel like how I felt, and you will feel like a yo-yo constantly going up and down, doing what others want, and this will hurt your self-esteem. The other reason why you have to say no to people is to prevent yourself from getting in trouble. One example that happens to me very often is when a brand new patient comes into my clinic. Sometimes they'll ask for a controlled substance medication like Xanax for anxiety or morphine for back pain, and I have to tell these patients no. Patients of course get upset, but the thing is that if a patient decides to party, drink alcohol, and take Xanax and recreational drugs at the same time, then the prescribing provider can lose their license or even worse. This actually happened a few years ago when an MD was convicted of murder when a 20-year-old patient died from the exact situation I described at a party and misused their medication with alcohol and drugs and died, and the prescribing MD lost her license that she spent a decade to earn, was publicly humiliated, and was sent to prison for 10 years. Chances are this doctor had a very hard time saying no to people, and this is what happens to people who have trouble saying no to others. They get themselves into tricky situations. How do you start saying no? The best way to start saying no is to realize that prioritizing yourself over other people doesn't make you a bad person. Many people suffer from the nice guy syndrome and try to please everyone else. This often stems from people thinking that saying no to others makes them a bad person. Well, let me ask you this. If you and a stranger are going to starve to death and there's only enough food for one of you, who do you think the stranger will pick to live? The overwhelming majority of time, other people will almost always prioritize themselves over you. The fact is, you are prioritizing yourself over others already. Why do you feed yourself every day but not the homeless person who sits on the corner of the street? Why do you take a warm shower but not let the homeless person take a shower in your home? It's often because we all prioritize ourselves over other people, and there is nothing wrong with that. We are responsible for ourselves, our family, and no one else as long as we are adults. I am not asking you to be greedy and not give food or money to the poor or others in need, but first take care of yourself before you help others. I was originally going to end the video there, but decided to add a bonus tip. One big reason why you should learn to say no to people is because it is actually attractive to the opposite gender. And this applies to both men and women, but this is especially attractive to women. Women love it when a man can stand up for not only themselves, but for their woman, but women hate to be with a man who is considered spineless. So if you are single and a man, make sure you can say no to people. Click above for the second video of the series, Unleashing Potential, Power of Our Environment Now. If you learned something new about learning to say no today from today's video, then make sure to subscribe to the Unleashing Potential channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. Now, I want to turn it over to you. What new fact did you learn about today? Is it A, people who don't say no are less attractive to the opposite gender? Or B, medical providers can be sued and be convicted of murder because of the mess ups of the patients taking the medications? Let me know now by leaving a comment below right now. Click above for the next video, and please let me know if you have any video suggestions below.